the Human Rights Watch Advocacy Director for Europe and Central Asia, and he joins me now live from Brussels. Thanks so much for being with us. Let's just start with the Oxfam and WeMove Europe agencies asking the European Commission to launch those infringement proceedings against Greece. First, explain what that entails, and do you think it's a good step to take?
Right. So an infringement proceeding is, in fact, when the European Commission decides to take an EU member state to the European Court of Justice because it fails to implement EU rules, EU standards. And in fact, Oxfam and WeMove have, on the basis of a really detailed legal analysis, shown that the pattern of pushing back people into Turkey arbitrarily, the pattern of using detention against asylum seekers, and the policy and legislations that undermine or deny access to applications for asylum are contrary to EU law and would need the European Commission to take action. In fact, these are different issues which we in our research at Human Rights Watch have also confirmed and have repeatedly in various statements also called for the EU Commission to call upon Greece to respect EU standards and to bring it to court if it doesn't.
Okay. Do you think it will work? I mean, given, you know, the real kind of stubbornness we're seeing, particularly out of Eastern European members, they might feel you're being super antagonistic, and I worry it could backfire.
Right. Well, these are two different things, because in fact, the European Commission is, in fact, the guardian of the treaty. It's supposed to implement existing legislations, and the current legislations prevent arbitrary pushbacks, limit the use of detention, and oblige EU member states to offer a chance for people fleeing repression and conflicts to apply for asylum. The negotiation process, which has restarted with this new pact of the European Commission, is another process. But I think that the European Commission not only is failing to do its job, but it also is taking a position of weakness when it shows that EU member states can decide to break the rules. And this is what countries like Hungary and Poland and a few others are willing to do. And they feel that there is impunity for that.
It's getting complicated, and it's actually very hard to see where it's going, because the EU would have liked to have said today, you know, there has been progress now. We have a plan for real solidarity, but immediately we saw Hungary in particular and the Czech Republic come out and say, no, we're not signing on to any of this. And they're right back at square one saying all of these people should be sent back to their home countries where they should be made to apply for asylum from.
Right. I think that what Orban and Babiš and Kaczynski want is really to eliminate the right to apply for asylum. The question is not whether EU member states can return people to their countries of origin. It's how. And the how is really clear in current legislation. Everybody should be able to apply for asylum, including at EU's borders, should receive a fair and effective assessment of their needs for protection, and a return decision should be made only by guaranteeing that the return is safe, that the person would be returned without facing the risk of being detained, of being tortured, of being killed upon return. And this is exactly the basic principle of humanity that Orban and Kaczynski are trying to eliminate. So let's get back to the basics of the rights of asylum, and let's make sure it works while guaranteeing protection and while guaranteeing safe and effective procedures.
Okay, if you had that magic wand then to tell the EU exactly how it should work and how this should be implemented, I mean, what would you do? Would you force countries like Hungary, Poland, and the Czech Republic to make room for asylum seekers and refugees?
Right. So for several years, and in fact in the recent months too, there have been several attempts to boost solidarity among EU member states to respond to the fact that some EU member states are receiving most applications for asylum. Basically, these are Greece and Italy, as well as Malta and Cyprus. There is a need for a bit more solidarity. And this is what the European Commission proposed in part in its most recent proposition, but linked it with the solidarity for returns, which is in fact mocking the principle of solidarity. I think that at a minimum, states who are not able or are not willing to take in a small number of asylum seekers should at least fund measures to protect those who are hosted in other countries, so that we don't have any more Morias, so that we don't have any more tragedies at EU's borders, and so that states which are at the external borders of the EU can legitimately and in quality deal with a slightly higher number of asylum applications than the rest of the EU.
Philippe, great to have you. Thanks so much for being with us. We really appreciate it.